star to star, the Asuryani drift. Once members of a vast empire, they turned their backs on the gruesome excesses of their homeworld, seeking deeper truths. Despite all their discipline, they were helpless, witnessing the birth of a new chaos god from the bloody revels of their kindred. They are an orphaned and dying people now, desperately seeking a way to undo their imminent extinction and safeguard their souls from being inevitably devoured by Slanesh, or as they call it, She Who Thirsts. Today we'll be looking over the Eldari.
We got a D&D expert today to see what he can come up with, see if he can figure out some of these minis today.
Yeah, I love miniatures.
We got our resident elf expert to look in on these whack-ass space elves, so let's begin.
All right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't know what I expected from them, but I did not expect this.
These guys are called Guardians. Can you guys try and guess what their deal is?
Guardians.
What's their deal?
Okay, their names are Guardians.
Yeah, kind of softballing you guys this one.
There's something about elves and like the lore of fantasy in general. They're always like lithe and sexy.
Yeah.
And like they like this is like metal spandex. This is outrageous, right? So these guys they're fast elite infantry. They guard like the borders or something like that of their homeland, I'm imagining.
Borders of their planet?
Yeah, that one. What I call it, the homeland. Sorry, D&D speak over here. But yeah, the borders of their planet from like incursions and stuff. That's what I'm betting.
Okay. My guess is that these are the ones that guard the
because they're guardians, huh?
these are the ones that protect the maybe the politicians.
Neither of you guys got this right. The Guardians best illustrate the desperate nature of the Asuryani situation. Assailed on all sides by enemies like the merciless Orc, the vengeful Necron, and the hate-filled Human, the Eldari are forced to employ civilian militias to protect their homes. Rarely taken on offensive strikes, these Guardians are men and women who have been forced to set aside their home lives and livings to defend their people. These guys are just like farmers and factory workers who have been given guns and thrown into the thick of it.
They're the National Guards.
Yeah,
of
they've
space.
been press ganged. Yeah, the National Guards of space elves.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud, you're gonna have to come in this Saturday.
Yeah. And it's not to do paperwork. I like how you threw us a low ball.
And we still fucked it up.
Okay, say hello to the Striking Scorpion.
Oh!
They're striking scorpions. They have chainsaw swords. I love chainsaw swords in this game.
Oh yeah, 40k is just lousy with chainsaw swords.
They almost evoke like a sort of like a ninja / samurai-esque like face covering, like the helmets, like those big. These guys they're the elites. They're the Navy SEALs of the Eldari. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm getting to. Like, this reminds me of like Shredder. You know?
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
So I feel like, you know, special ops, you know, secret force vibes from these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys are pretty close actually. Striking Scorpions are among the deadliest and most infamous of the Asuryani's melee forces. Long ago, their leader fell to the lure of chaos, massacring many of his students still loyal to the craft worlds before vanishing. The Rogue Master's apprentice, Carandaris, stepped up and resurrected the fragmented warriors. Now the Scorpions stand as some of the deadliest swordsmen in the craft worlds. The Striking Scorpions are well known for their heavy armor and brutal weaponry. Their signature weapons are the diamond-toothed Scorpion chainsword and the deadly Mandiblaster mounted on their helmet. Mandiblasters fire slivers of razor-sharp metal, which, upon striking a target, superheat and burst into clouds of searing plasma.
Oh, is that the thing that's on either side of their mask?
Yeah,
Oh!
those little tube things.
What the shit? Wow, that's like a Face mask full of fuck you. Wow.
Surprisingly, helmets that murder you are very common among the Eldar.
You know, they have a dojo, so we were...
Yeah, we gotta join.
Yeah.
The next one, these guys are called the Fire Dragons.
What? Oh, see, now these helmets immediately just, all I see is, this is Sparta!
Yeah.
And it kicks them. These guys have something to do with fire. They all also have guns, and like, if you look at the tips of all their weapons, they're all like kind of charcoal.
Yeah.
So I think these guys are, they're flamethrowers. Like they light shit on fire.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially considering like a couple of these guys have tubes that come around.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. Yeah.
So I also think that maybe the sniper rifle, maybe it's a big flamethrower. It just goes.
Just fucking just like it's like, or maybe they're just straight plasma like beams or something like that just incinerate shit.
I think
like a long distance lightsaber.
I think that these are the first people deployed to planets. They might not be like they might not survive, but they're in there to make a mess of things.
All right. Actually, point to Seth. He got it the closest. Alongside the Striking Scorpions, the Fire Dragons are prime examples of the concept of an aspect warrior. The Eldari believe that the best way to attain harmony and avoid the folly of their forefathers is to select one aspect of life and focus entirely upon it until it is absolutely, completely mastered. Those who master a single combat style or weapon are known as aspect warriors. These Fire Dragons, for example, have mastered the fusion gun. Fusion guns fire clouds of superheated vapor, which can melt metal and roast flesh in seconds. These anti-armor specialists are adept at destroying enemy vehicles and monsters.
That's so fucking metal.
I'll give the point to Seth.
Now, here are the Howling Banshees and Jain Zar.
Oh!
What the fuck?
Something sort of like spiritual or ritualistic. I don't know why I'm getting that sort of vibe. Maybe it's the stances that they're holding.
I think they're like magically infused, super acrobatic, very deadly magical warriors. That's what I think.
Howling Banshees are said to have learned their fighting style from the hag goddess Morai Heg before she was devoured by the demon god Slanesh. The Howling Banshees are an all-female school of aspect warriors who draw upon the fearful legend of wailing spirits that terrorize their foes. Each Banshee is equipped with a special mask that releases a psychic shriek which can directly attack the enemy's nervous system, rendering them helpless as the Banshees shred them with their blades. The Banshees are led by Jain Zar. Jain Zar is what's called a Phoenix Lord. Phoenix Lords are masters of an aspect of combat, equal parts sensei and commander. So yeah, that's a point to Seth.
Hey! Fuck yeah.
I need to bring Paul back so I have somebody to beat again. I'm getting this one.
Yeah,
so.
Brady's prepping, getting ready.
All right, gentlemen, meet the Dark Reapers and Malgan Ra.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Look at this dude!
He literally looks like the Grim Reaper.
It's a gun and a scythe?
I love that.
This guy's awesome.
The edgiest OC.
Yeah. Oh. These guys are the most samurai looking of all of them. They've got even like the plated stuff, that little thing that hangs down and covers their junk.
And they got the hair thing.
They got the top knot on all of them. Oh, these guys are cool. They come out of nowhere and they freaking snatch bodies. I think that their guns, their weapons, use some sort of necrotic kind of dark energy, and it just whittles life away. They're just there, and then they snatch you, and you're dead.
Okay. For me, I think I'm gonna go a little bit in a different direction with this. I think that these are related to some sort of god of death, and they are. My belief is that they are not on any particular side, but more spiritual, and believe in taking the life of those who they believe is next to die according to their order. So my thought is that they don't actually have any form of alliance other than like with themselves, unless they need to make an alliance to make sure someone dies who they think it needs to die.
They're like neutral arbiters of death.
Yes.
Oh, that's freaky.
Yes.
I love it.
That is freaky, but unfortunately, neither of you got this correct.
Shit, I was hoping yours was right, because that's cool. But I
know,
bet the
right?
reality's even cooler.
That's so cool! These are more aspect warriors, which means they are loyal to the Asuryani of the Eldar. But these are trained by their Phoenix Lord Malgan Ra. The Dark Reapers believe that any weapon can be wielded with unerring precision. Their firearm of choice being the aptly named Reaper Launcher. These weapons fire guided, armor-piercing missiles with rapid speed. Their leader, Malgan Ra, wields a custom-made rifle which launches crystalline shurikens loaded with a deadly toxin, which causes its victim's flesh to violently explode.
Dang.
What?
And it has the scythe. That's so cool.
So he can shoot and then fucking decapitate you.
All right.
That's cool.
You know what? I'm gonna get this next one.
All right. Brady's ready. He's committed.
All right. This is a threefer. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet the Farseers, the Warlock, and Eldrad Ulthon.
Eldrad Ulthon. God, I don't have a fucking clue.
So my thought is they have some sort of connection to either the warp, or they have some sort of future sight sort of ability. And the Warlock is one that so the Farseers see far into the future. And then the Warlock is able to manipulate the warp. Eldrad's just a badass, ain't he? He's got a sword, a staff, obviously some sort of magical.
Looks like he's
ability.
casting some spells.
Yeah.
He looks like he's about to unleash hell on somebody.
Seems like some sort of religious zealot. I think that he is the spiritual leader of the Eldar. Those are my guesses.
Oh, shit, now I have to come up with something different.
Yes.
I'm thinking that the Farseers specifically, they have a limited control over time. Anticipate the moves of enemies, so because they can see diverging pathways in battle. The Warlock seems like he's the leader of the Farseers. So he's a conduit for some, either a divinity or some other entity that kind of helps fuel their abilities. And then this last dude, he's some form of spiritual leader.
All right. The point is gonna go to Brady for this
Hey!
one. He got the most ones right. The Eldari are some of the most powerful psychers in the galaxy. And nowhere is that more evident than among the Eldari and their covens. Warlocks are trained in the warrior's path before moving on to master devastating psychic attacks. Farseers, on the other hand, play more of a supporting role in combat. Farseers can gaze into possible futures, imbue their weapons with empowering runes, or wither their foes' resolve with devastating curses. One of the most powerful psychers of the craft worlds is Eldrad Ulthon. Eldrad seems to be among those of his kind willing to aid humanity, as he helped rescue human survivors when Cadia was destroyed by Abaddon the Despoiler. Perhaps this Farseer has witnessed the future of his species and understands humanity's role in its survival.
Huh.
Right, because they're fighting for survival, so they
Right.
need friends. That's cool.
We could end it there. I got one right, so.
I thought you were serious. I got one right. Let's just end it on a high note. Everything will be totally fine.
This is the Wraith Guards, the Wraith Blades, and the Wraith Lord.
What the hell?
They don't have faces.
They look like marshmallows.
For scale, each one of these is taller than a Space Marine. The Wraith Lord is about the size of a house.
What
Oh.
the shit?
Yeah, so my thought is these are dead Eldari that have been had suits imbued with their spirits or something.
That's a solid fucking guess. Damn, now I don't know what... Okay, they've got...
Yeah, and we have had stuff like living saints and, you know, like holy relics, so it could be possible.
I might be going a little crazy here,
Do
but
it.
I think that the Wraiths are either they are really like souls that have been attached or otherwise embodied or imbued into like these things, or they're like they give up their identity. Like they are no one. Like a girl has no name. You know what I mean? Like they're wholly and totally dedicated to the cause. Yeah, I think they're assassins.
Okay, once more, the point goes to Brady. All Eldari, Assyrian or Harlequin, know that when death claims their bodies, Slaanesh will claim their souls. Their only protection from this horrible fate is special crystals they call spirit stones. These stones can shelter the soul of an Eldari after they have died. Eldari will go to any length to retrieve the spirit stones of their fallen, as each one is a soul with valuable experience. Wraiths are what happens when an Eldari spirit stone is implanted into a body grown from a psychically reactive material called Wraithbone. Each Wraith may have centuries or even millennia of combat experience. But towering above even Wraith warriors is the mighty Wraith Lord. Housing the soul of an ancient warrior, the Wraith Lord stands as tall as a house and leverages thousands of years of experience. Armed with a ghost glaive made from that same psychically reactive material, the Wraith Lord can even face demon princes in hand-to-hand combat.
Dang.
What? Oh my god.
Now, are you ready for the last of the craft worlds and the coolest mini here?
Alright, I'm ready for the coolest one.
Alright, coolest one? Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold the Avatar of Kane.
Oh!
The Avatar of Kane?
He's got fire. Okay, Avatar.
Avatar of Kane. So I'm wondering if this guy, the Avatar of Kane, is not sort of a like an avenging like fucking force for the Eldari. Like I don't know, like he houses the souls of a bunch of the Eldari. I don't know if that's even possible, but like houses a bunch of the souls and like a manifestation of a slighted god or something.
That makes a lot of sense. I saw fire and I said, he controls flames.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Definitely does.
So that's
what you got?
Let me see.
He make fire.
I'm just gonna say he's the living embodiment of fire and the feeling of
Rage, yeah, basically.
The last point is gonna go to Seth. This is the avatar of the god Kaela Menshen Kane. That's his full name. When Slaanesh rose to power, they killed a vast majority of the Eldar's gods. One of the gods that survived was Kaela Menshen Kane, the bloody-handed god of war, revenge, and murder. To summon an avatar of the god, the Eldar must enact a strange ritual known as the Rite of the Young King, in which a highly trained Eldar is put in some kind of chamber, and very little is known about what happens, but what we do know is that thing comes out, but the king don't.
So they Steve Rogers him, they Captain America him, they put him in a capsule and he comes out all badass.
Some think that the young king's soul is burned out of his body, and his body is forced to contain and change to house this searing godly rage. And for some added fun, that blade it's got can change forms and is known as the Wailing Doom.
Oh.
What the fuck? That's so cool. So you could turn it into like a hammer or like a glaive. Like the striations in his body are like glowing red. Like he can, like the body is barely enough to physically contain like the rage of this, god who was whose brethren was murdered by the Slanesh. Oh, that's fucking awesome. So that brings up an interesting question. Like, I mean, obviously this is weird, but like, in a world where you could do such a thing, like, would you like do that for like your people? Would you like house the spirit of a god and like take on? I mean, knowing you were gonna die, but like as a last service, especially as like a king.
Depends on the stakes.
Yeah.
I would say probably, but also I feel like with Kane, I feel like it's not like the cleanest ritual.
Oh no, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot. I cannot imagine that going from a normal body to that
this.
guy would be pleasant
Easy process.
at all.
No.
Yeah, not easy process. I do like how I got the detail of like
Yeah.
his bloody hand. It looks like he fucking ripped somebody's
somebody's
shit
heart
out.
out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.